All right, so there's just a few more things regarding factoring that we're going to cover right now. There's some special things that happen with factoring. Of course, we saw this before when we started the trinomials, that we may need to factor out a GCF. So if I look at this equation, 2x squared plus 16x plus 14, I can see clearly that if there's a GCF, I need to factor it out. So if there's a GCF, I'm going to factor it out. So looking at this equation, each one of these terms is divisible by a 2. So I'm going to take and I'm going to factor out a 2 from each term. So 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. And 16x divided by 2 is 8x. And 14 divided by 2 is 7, making sure that I'm careful with my signs. Then once I have it factored out, this is when I can go ahead and use the box method. I can go ahead and put my terms in my box and factor my trinomial. So x squared goes in the first box, 7 in the last box. Then I take 1 times 7, which is 7. 2 factors of 7 that give me 8. Well, that's going to be 1 and 7. And again, remember, it doesn't matter where those other 2 go. Then look at the first row. X squared and x. Common factor is x. 7x and 7. I can divide out a 7. X squared and 7x. I can divide out an x. X and 7. I can divide out a 1. Now, both of these signs are positive. So my 2 is on the outside. Both of my signs are positive, so that means both of my factors are going to be positive. And that's done. Sometimes you have no middle terms. You have something that looks like this, 4x squared plus 1. I'm missing something. I'm missing the x in the middle, so I'm just going to rewrite it with a 0x. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the box because now I have a trinomial. 4x squared in the first box, 1 in the last one. Then I take 4 times 1 is 4. So 2 factors of 4, that will give me 0. Well, that's easy, 2 and 2. If I subtract 2x and 2x, then I get 0. First row, I can take out a 2x. Second row, I can take out a 1. First column, I can take out a 2x. Second column, I can take out a 1. Again, both of my symbols are addition, so that means both of my factors are addition. So I have 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1. Well, those are exactly the same, yes? You can write that as, but did I do that right? No, because I need them to subtract and give me 0. So you're going to have 2x minus 1. My apologies. So they are not the same factors because I need for the middle to become a 0. So that means they would have to subtract. Go ahead and go to the next page. Make sure you pause the video so that you can write all your steps. Now in the back it says, what if you have 2 identical factors? Okay, so if I look at this first equation, does it have a GCF? No. So I can't factor anything out. So what I'm going to do is just put my first term in my first box, last term in the last box. So I have 1 times 16, which is 16. I need 2 factors of 16 that will give me 8. 2 factors of 16 that will give me 8. Oh, 4 and 4, right? 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. So put those in my boxes, and let's divide. First row, I can take out an x. Second row, a 4. First column, an x. second column a 4. Now, my first symbol is negative, and my second symbol is positive. So if the first one's negative and the second one's positive, then both factors will be subtraction. Now they are identical. Here's how you write it. X minus 4 squared. That means the same thing. So x minus 4 squared. Questions? Okay, looking at the last question, what if the expression doesn't factor? If I put this expression into a box, right? First term, first box, last term, last box. And I said 4 times 1 is 4. 2 factors of 4, that will give me a 1 in the middle. Well, factors of 4 are 4 and 1, or 2 and 2. Will either one of those, if I add or subtract, give me a 1 in the middle? Well, 4 minus 1 is 3, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So no, they won't. So if an expression, I'm going to abbreviate, does not have any factors, we say it is prime. We say it's prime. So now what I want you to do is I want you to apply these things to the practice over here. There's 8 questions. I will tell you that you will have, as far as prime, there will be 3 of them. 3 of them will be prime. Okay? So 3 of those questions over there will be prime. I want you to go through and work those. If you need to come up and check any of your answers, you're more than welcome to in my book.